Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language.
She always like, oh, it's always this Robyn speaks Kody. I'm like, well, I don't know if I really need someone to translate for me. We've been married a long time. We did okay without you. I think I speak Kody. But she likes to position herself as like, I speak Kody. She says that to my children. Why don't you come over? Like in the past, she said, why don't you have a conversation with your dad? I'll be there because, I speak Kody. And my kids are like, it's our dad. We don't really need you to speak Kody. It does bug me. That one does bug me. I speak Kody. Well, Kody can speak for himself. He's a grown-ass man.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we continue to be mesmerized by four adults separately on a couch, just talking about their daily lives. It never ends. Can't stop, won't stop.
It's technically five adults, my friend.
I don't count Robyn as a whole person.
Oh, that's fair. That's totally fair then. Okay, that's cool.
I like it. At this point, she's just a specter that kind of zooms in and out. My name's Amy Archer, and I am so thrilled to be here with my butter to my bagel, Amanda.
Sure, we'll go with that.
We also have Melissa and Rebekah from Criminality. Hi, ladies.
Hi, friends.
Hi. Oh my gosh, we're so excited to be here. Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. Why don't you tell us, and you can choose, draw straws, I don't know, rock, paper, scissors, who does this, but why don't you tell us a little bit about like your show and how this happened?
Yeah, so I meant to text Rebekah and say, if they ask this, why don't you do it? But since she's pointing, I will do it. Criminality is a true crime-ish podcast. We really go into reality stars and the crimes that they've committed. So like you mentioned before, Nick Lachey, he's got a bit of a criminal thing going on. The balloon boy from Family, what was that? Wife Swap, TLC stars. Yes, that's actually one of my favorites. That one's really good. I mean, sorry, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that I like our own episodes, but
you are absolutely
okay.
Allowed
Thank
to.
you. Thank you. That was a good one.
I think it helps.
Okay, good to sell it. So anyway, we have a show. We are almost 3 years, right? In February, every other Friday, a new episode. We take turns telling the story and share it with all you fine folks.
That's awesome.
And she didn't mention housewives. We do a lot of housewives.
A lot of housewives.
And you guys know that I am housewives. I'm a housewives idiot. I know nothing about them.
Isn't that it's there's two kinds of people, I guess. It's like the housewife ignorant, and by ignorant, I just mean unaware, not
I'm ignorant.
And then like the aficionados. It's like you're either in that or not. It's a hard time. It's hard to just enter at this point.
It's too much.
The entry point is pretty tough.
I just learned recently that Kyle Richards is not a man. So that's how dialed in. Also, I thought Vanderpump Rules for years was about a shoe store.
Okay, but that would work.
It should be. Oh my gosh.
Like they
really
were selling,
thought it was about
like they were selling Vanderpumps.
Pumps. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised Bravo hasn't tried that. They probably have.
I'm already thinking of like the shoe accessory play on words for that. I'm like Vanderpump Jewels, like to clip on your
There's a lot we
heels.
can do with that. Yeah.
And instead it's like
that.
a weird
about a
restaurant that no one seems to really like going to and everyone seems to like fighting. So I like it.
I feel like there's so much of it though in the cultural conversation that I somehow missed. Yeah, I feel this way about the Kardashians as well. I could not tell you. You could put a picture of a Kardashian in front of me. I could not tell you which one it was, where they came from, what they do. I know nothing about it.
Same.
Speaking of specters, and I mean, it also just depends on the year you're seeing them because that will change annually. So you wouldn't be, out of the realm. It wouldn't be crazy if you couldn't identify them. And I feel like it's important for me to say that I'm new to the Sister Wives. Melissa bestowed the gift of Sister Wives to me. I went all these years without watching. I knew about them. I knew of it, and I'd never watched it until last Christmas. Melissa gave me the roadmap. Like, if you've never seen Sister Wives, here's where to start. So, because I couldn't, how am I going to catch up on 18 seasons? So
I did.
Just so you know, of this group, I'll be
When I gave her the
I'll be
list, I was
I'll
like,
be the
I
least.
rewatched the entire thing.
She did just to kind of guide me. And so that's the greatest gift ever given, really. It was a Christmas miracle.
So what you're telling me is you have not really done the work to be benefiting from the joy that is season 18. I'm happy you're here. I tell my husband this all the time because he popped in like half of last season. Okay. And I have to explain everything. I have somehow become the doctoral
resident.
You could have a PhD.
Yeah, I could have a PhD in Sister Wives. It's ridiculous. I'm not proud of it.
Too.
I'm not proud of it, but here we are.
I'm actually very proud of it. I have very little in my life. This is a good one.
Yeah, true.
I've crammed enough to understand where we are today. So I will defer to you guys sometimes, but I have strong feelings despite not being an expert.
Yeah, and if you have questions, feel free to ask.
My problem is I started in 2010. Like I remember being really obsessed with it when it started. And you hear my Northeast Pennsylvania coming out when I say, do you remember? Instead of remember.
Do you remember? Yeah.
Do you remember in 2010 when it started? So I've been watching all along, but like I haven't gone back and binged it. So I'm not like up on, I can't remember things where Amanda is just like pulling it right out of there. Like bing, bing, bing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the hard
thing for
sure.
What my life would have been like without Kody in it.
Sad.
For the last 13 years.
It was ignorance is bliss, right? It was like a blissful ignorance of
you wouldn't have known what you were missing.
I don't know. I'm thankful for that man being in my life. He just makes me look so great by comparison. My marriage look great by comparison. I'm thrilled for him.
Oh yeah. It's like, the fact that these women put up with this joker for this long is beyond me, but I really am enjoying. See, everyone is hard on Suki and how she runs a tell-all. First of all,
I can't not do it, Amanda. Suki.
First of all, we all know she doesn't have any say in this. It's someone in her ear telling her what to ask. That's fine. But we got some shit out of this episode. We got some real stuff out of this episode.
Normally those middle reunions are kind of fluff, but we got a fades to black like housewives scene in there that we've never gotten before.
First of all, we got additional footage in the flashbacks.
Yes.
Which, why didn't you put that in the show?
I don't know.
To give it, I mean, like, at least we got that treat now. Because I felt kind of crazy when I was watching it. I was like, how did I not remember this? And then realized they're giving us more. They're finally doing it.
We could have foregone Janelle on her little ATV riding around with her kimono.
Dare you.
I actually love that. That's like my favorite TikTok we made.
I know, that's now Amy's profile picture.
The symbolism of it all, it's like too beautiful.
It is pretty amazing. Amazing.
She is a boss riding that ATV. Like,
absolutely.
Love it so much.
Sure as hell is.
So we might as well jump in.
Yeah.
And Amanda's going to lead us today. And where are we going? What episode is this? It's like I've had a mini stroke. I don't know what's happening. Please.
It is season 18, episode 16. Tell All Part 2. They're not giving any of these great names. It's Tell All Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. We are here. Yes, ma'am.
Can I say something? Because there's 4 of us, we may have to raise hands occasionally.
That's fine. Yes.
Can I say something? Did anyone else clock on the trailer or on the screener when we got the screeners, right? On the title card, it says season 11.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
No.
Right.
I thought maybe it was a new production company and maybe that's how.
No, Monkey using the same graphics. They're just copy and pasting. Somebody's supposed to change that 1 to an 8.
And they're definitely not doing the bullshit that Love After Lockup does, where it's like season 4, episode 934, because they just
so
can't
confusing.
Figure out what's happening.
Oh,
but no,
Amanda,
we are here.
Before we start, I do want to say for our listeners that there will be extra bonus content on Patreon, just you and I. We're going to do that later.
Yep.
Okay. I want to throw that out there. So this, I wanted to put this on the public feed. So this is for everybody.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
We're glad to be here.
So guys, we begin with talking about Kody and Janelle's sex life. Right from the jump. Right on into it. Kody shockingly refuses to answer, and he says they have a loving relationship and sex is part of it. And then he keeps going back to the fact that Janelle asked to be in the family. This means something huge to him, asked versus what he did with Robyn. And he doesn't think he was in love with her, but he thinks she was attracted to him.
Guys, can I have your thoughts on this whole idea that Janelle has been using him as a sex toy?
I mean, that's his dream. That's like his dream scenario. And I think he is walking back a lot of, he's rewriting history. He is rewriting history. And this was a question I actually genuinely do have. I wanted to come with today is like, is he backpedaling on the he never loved any of them? Like, do you believe that he's just is he trying to save face now and his ego? Or do you think maybe he didn't and he really just wanted to explore this plural marriage and these were the willing participants? Like,
I think what happened was he thought he was in love with them. And then he met Robyn and went, oh, this is what this actually feels like. Yeah. That's what I think happened.
I don't even think that's fair, though, to the other women that he got an 11-day freaking honeymoon with Robyn.
I know.
He dated her. He saw her for days and days. And all these other women were like, you want to get married next Saturday? Sure. They get married and that's it. So like, yeah, maybe if he would have been given time with all these others, then they could have had like this real love. But also, I don't know if he can actually love. That's the other thing. I don't know if he's capable of it.
That's a really good point, Melissa. Like when you think about when he married the other women, was that when were they living in the Lehigh house or were they in the trailer at that point when they first got married?
Trailer.
So they're all living together in cramped quarters. They have no money. Like
and my dad listening to each other bone.
Like my dad always used to say, money forgives a lot of sins. And I think, Kody comes along with Robyn. Robyn has her own place. They're in a much better financial position. His world is much like lighter. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Thank you. Yeah. It was burning in my brain.
Okay, that was one sentence. Keep going, Amanda. I do this.
We're making it work slowly but surely here. Okay, so let me come back to what we were saying. And Janelle says there was physical compatibility. Suki and all of us, I said, are surprised by this. Janelle says she doesn't blab about that stuff, but she is blushing. Our girl is talking about some sex here. And it's really exciting. And apparently their makeup sex was good. Great. Gross.
Please.
Amy.
My hand's up again. Yes. I was that kid in class. You know that, right? The teacher's trying to tell the story and I'm like, do you think Janelle goes, there was no problems in the bedroom? Do we think Janelle knows what a good sex life is?
I think she's going to get dicked down at some point and not know. Anyway, go ahead. Yes.
I think Janelle has, her Christmas stocking. I think one year somebody finally put batteries in her Christmas stocking and that changed things.
That may have.
Oh my gosh. I mean, really, because Janelle's watching you porn and she's like, I know what sex is. I know, whatever. This is what it means to round the donkey. So we're going to
circle the donkey. Questions. Kody Brown, pro or anti-sex toy?
Anti.
Okay.
That would hurt the ego.
That's cheating.
That's cheating, right? Yeah. Just his magic dick is making it all happen.
You're taking the masculinity away from me and giving it to the sex toy.
Okay, Jeff and Shalia. Okay, craziness. This twin flame stuff is bonkers. So anyway, we're coming back. Kody says my whole family is dismantling. You don't say. You fucked it all up. We go back to the Janelle and Kody Salsa Brava date. Suki asks why he didn't tell her that he loved her and wants to get back together. And he says now he's not in the place he wants to do that. Like, that wasn't the question, you dumbass. Like, why didn't you do it back then? We get that you're out now. Back then. And he's not wanting to pursue her. He's not wanting to drop everything and say, baby, you're the end all be all. Oh. I don't think of him saying baby ever. No, not from him.
Nobody needs to hear that.
I don't even need to hear for my own husband. I'm good.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, Rebekah and Melissa, you guys could totally do an episode on Kody Brown for his crimes against humanity. Things like this.
Melissa did.
I did do one on polygamy because I wanted to get Rebekah into Sister Wives, and that's the only way I could do it. So yeah,
it's the entree that we all need.
Okay.
Yeah. Mission accomplished.
So he and Janelle says they haven't spoken in 4 weeks at the taping of this. Okay, whatever. He feels very betrayed. He feels ashamed of the big fight. And now he doesn't want to be triggered and see if we can reconcile. And what I just said is he's all over the map. Like, he's not even making sense.
No.
He really clung on to that word triggered.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's in the Manosphere. That's in the Manosphere word of the week calendar, along with transmute, amiable, and culpable.
Amanda, if the Manosphere word of the day calendar was like the desk calendar that you rip the page,
yeah,
what's the graphic that they use for that?
Ooh.
Is it a pride flag? Is it a bunch of hippies holding hands? Is it just the state of California? What
triggered. I think it's a bunch of women looking sad. Because it's the Manosphere, so we're anti-women. So I think it's just women looking sad.
Maybe just a picture of Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that'd be great. Hillary looking sad would be perfect. Oh, good gravy. So Janelle says she doesn't think he really wants to get back together and is pining for her. And he hasn't come back to her saying, I love you and I want to make it work. And Janelle says she needed to do certain things to earn his love. Now we talk about how everyone felt like they had to earn his love.
Yeah. That was a good little mashup of that echoing sentiment from all of them. It's like, that was very sobering and sad.
It was. It was. And to hear Christine talk about how she would make sure to cook his favorite foods and make sure the house looked the way he wanted it. I had this vision of her like lining up the kids before he walks in the house and like doing the thing that my mother used to do, which grossed me out, which is like lick her thumb and then like rub it on my face to get like schmutz off my face. I can imagine. I feel like Christine was lining them up a la Sound of Music, and making sure they're all in order, ready to go. I mean, McKelty blew it all, I'm sure.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Easy.
Sorry.
Are you a McKelty apologist, like full blown now?
No, I just feel like someone so eloquently put it on our Patreon. McKelty ran so that walked so that Truly could run inside a cat tunnel. And I'm like,
that's it.
So it's almost like you have to respect McKelty, even if you don't really like her. You just have to have some sort of respect for her because she laid the groundwork here.
She did.
And because she sleeps with Tony. And so you gotta
and I know their house smells stale.
You can smell it
through.
through.
Yeah, the whole house smells stale. It's not good.
Does it smell like patchouli?
No.
I was just thinking that, and I'm like, that's too mean. I don't want to
No, that's
I feel like there's a hint of patchouli in there for sure.
It might be. I don't know. I feel like it smells like a washer that has like clothes left in it for a couple days.
Yeah, let me go look right now because I have
that's visceral.
I may have had to run a second load this morning. No, no judgment. It's just a thing that happens. Mary talks about how Kody never saw the loyalty in Mary that he was asking for from Janelle.
Wait, hold on.
Mary says Kody never saw the loyalty in Mary that he was asking for from Janelle.
Okay. All right. So Mary saying,
yeah,
I've been giving Kody what he's been asking Janelle for, and he hasn't noticed it.
And it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It was never enough.
Yeah.
And I just said, all these women were turning themselves into fucking pretzels for this asshole's love. Like, why? Well, because they were indoctrinated into a cult. That's why.
Yeah, this was tragic level to me in terms of Mary. Like, it's like, I don't know. I had a sympathy for her. And I don't know how you guys all feel in terms of like, where her ownership is and all of it. But I just feel like if this was an act in like an opera, this is the one where like the woman on the stage dies. I've seen one opera. I don't actually know what an opera scene would be, but like it felt like just so dark and tragic.
Yeah.
And that was
it's sad. And I've said many times, I'm angry at TLC for making me have empathy for Mary Brown in the same way I'm angry at TLC for making me not hate Barry Plath as much. I'm not okay with any of this, but this is making me feel really bad for Mary big time. She's still a terrible person.
Of course.
But
she's not great.
It was like,
She's not great.
But the reckonings, like there was one after the other in this episode, I felt like where she just kept getting kicked down, and it was like hard to watch by the end.
And then it was really confusing because we do get a little bit of the curtain lifted, and we see that the curtain pulled back, the veil is lifted. We see that they filmed this before they filmed the confessionals for the new season. So like we're going back and forth, we're going back in time again. So like any revelation that Mary was having during the season has not happened yet in this time. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Meta. Yeah.
They got to stop filming this so out of order because it's making me dizzy. I don't like it.
Somebody's drunk over there, Puddle Monkey.
Somebody's definitely drunk. Mary says her loyalty was not enough. Suki asks if he was emotionally available for her, and she says no. Duh. Suki asks if it was hard for Mary to see him be that way with someone else. She says, of course it was. And she asks if it's a dagger in the heart. And she says, no, it's a knife in the kidneys, with a big old laugh.
So good. So good.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Mary. Get him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Suki didn't appreciate that as much as she should have.
I know
she
really needed
neutral,
to enjoy
but
that.
like, come on.
She should have did a big like belly laugh falling backwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Boom. Yeah.
But she's
got
got
the mic.
She's
This is the Obama mic drop.
Yes. She's got to play like the Kody whisperer almost, not to jump ahead.
Yeah.
But she's earned his trust, and she's in a weird place with him.
Totally.
She is. Suki asks if he was in love with Mary when they married, which is a weird thing to say. And he says he chose to love her and chose to be romantic. She thinks he was madly head over heels in love with her, and that wasn't how he felt. Great. That's awesome to hear. He says he's a life-affirming person and would act in such a way that he appeared they were mad about each other.
I want to punch him right in the face.
Where's your pillow? Where's your pillow, honey? Where's your pillow?
Oh, is there a...
Okay, I feel better.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. This is why
I know what I'm getting Melissa for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
This arrived, and I was like, "Who the hell hates
and then
me
she
this
texted
much
me.
to send me this pillow?"
She's like, "Did you do this?" Like that was all she said. Yes.
And in retrospect, it was a brilliant gift. Oh, what do we got?
I need to change the months. I have my sister wives calendar with all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I like the pillow. I want things to punch.
The punchable pillow is good. So he says
I want to interject with something.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do either of you watch Married at First Sight?
I haven't watched this season, but yes.
Okay. This is something Pastor Cal talks about all the time. And Pastor Cal has a lot of misogynistic undertones to his counseling. And one of the things he always says is that you can choose to be in love with somebody. Like love doesn't just happen. You have to, it's an active process. You can make yourself love somebody. I feel like this is where Kody got this. He might love Pastor Cal.
Yeah, he might.
Probably. It's so insulting. And with her being the first wife, especially, that's the one he actually seemed to, besides Robyn, like have this commitment with. And then I have lots of questions for Robyn because she ends up knowing way more than we ever thought she knew, and yet still goes into this with, rose-colored glasses. Not buying it.
Mauve-colored, like her outfit.
Yeah, that was a bad outfit. That's a bad outfit. I won't mock a lot of Janelle's clothes because I too have them because she must have the same Stitch Fix stylist that I do because I get a lot of those things too. So Suki asks him if he knows that this will hurt her to hear, and he says yes. And he does say they had a romantic experience.
Guys, we all saw that footage on Robyn's wedding day when Kody and Mary almost boned.
Yeah.
One of the when I saw it for the second time during my rewatch, I was so uncomfortable. I don't remember feeling that way, but I was like,
same.
Oh my God. And not Mariah, Leon was standing there. And yeah, Leon's like I was like, get a room, happening? Guys. Yeah.
She's doing his tie, and he was seconds away from bending her over and going to town. Like it was a lot. It was too much. So we go to Mary talking about moving her business, and it was a difficult decision to make and then tell Kody. We revisit that horrible conversation, and it just makes me sad how nervous she was to tell him all of this. And Robyn's an asshole. I hate Robyn. And
we just throw that in there. And Robyn's an asshole.
I assume that was said.
Yeah.
Where's my Robyn pillow, Amanda?
I know, we need to get you a Robyn
I just
pillow.
need a whole host of pillows back here. One with Micah Plath now, just a bunch of them.
You need to do that. Do you want Micah more than Mariah?
Oh, Micah.
Okay, cool.
Really? I'm not caught up in the season, so I'm still not a big fan of Mariah.
They're all coming back to the cult. It's
really
awful.
They're all backsliding into it.
I'm from Tallahassee, which is 30 minutes from Cairo. And so I'm always like, looking to see what's happening with these people, but not a lot. And everything they say is a lie about the area. It's just, I don't know. I find that fascinating.
Doesn't Barry work in Tallahassee?
He does.
Is he a city planner? Are your streetlights all fucked up and stuff?
It's like a transportation engineer
it's North
or something.
Florida. It is. Yeah.
He's the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Kody says that Robyn and Mary we're still acting like the three of them are a family, and he doesn't need that pressure. And watching Mary rewatch this conversation was fascinating and sad. Really, really sad. Then we get to the barn dominium, and Christine is appalled. The look on her face is like, are you fucking kidding me with
it's
this
even
shit?
Worse when you rewatch it. It's even worse than I remember.
It is. It is. And Mary says she did not expect more from Kody about her announcement to move the business, but she still had hope. And Mary said there was times years ago when Mary did ask for Robyn's support, but it's been a long time. So Robyn's just been keeping this going like the witch that we know that she is. Mary really did want to hold to her commitment. The things that surprised me, and Melissa, particularly you as a longtime watcher, I don't know if you felt this way, is how deep the religious conviction was for Mary and Janelle.
Oh, totally.
I had no idea.
Even Mary too, when she kept saying in our religion, I'm like, are any of you still a part of this? It doesn't, I didn't think so. But Mary's been so committed this whole time. I'm surprised she doesn't just come with a 5150 because nobody's as committed as Mary.
Yeah. I'm going to have to steal that in the future. That's amazing. She's so committed. She comes with her own 5150. She wants to believe that there's still part of the man that she married deep inside of him. And I don't think so.
There's not.
No. Robyn, of course, wanted him to react differently. Mary is vulnerable and hopeful, and Robyn was disappointed and frustrated that Kody didn't answer in a helpful way, quote unquote. And Robyn, of course, didn't want her to leave because it's all about what Robyn wants and Robyn needs.
Yep.
This matters. Christine says that Robyn has been telling Mary to stay, and Kody has been saying to leave, 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 leave. I love this version of Christine so much. I want to hang out with this version of Christine.
She, to me, was like the hero villain of the episode, right? Like,
yeah.
I do feel like Christine gets cast in this can do no wrong kind of role because she is so great. And I feel that, and I'm so happy for her current happiness. But in this episode, like, I think her freedom has like liberated her and unlocked a little something we haven't seen. And I don't even think it's bad, but I definitely felt like she's nailing it, but she's also like taking the whole thing down with her kind of. I don't know. I'm like struggling with how I feel about it. And
like, did anybody see that laugh? The one laugh where she hadn't actually like breathed in to laugh and she just was hard laughing so much to Susie. It was so like, I watched it again this morning and I was like, what? Like she's
like a little mania happening. And I don't mean like clinically, but like in that one
I totally
I'm gonna be nice. No, I'm not. Okay, here we go. I was like, whoa, like, I don't know. I think she's a little like off kilter because she's in this new role of like not caring and not being invested in the same way. But I don't know. I felt like she was a great truth teller in this episode, but also like a little villainous with the like, we'll get there later, but
to the rail.
Blowing.
Well, I also think too, like and I've voiced this for many episodes to Amanda, just the passive aggressiveness and the inauthenticity and the way that these people speak around things is so frustrating. That we see this with Olivia on Plathville too. Like she's so frustrated by the way that people talk around the real issues that I think she's just like, I'm exposing everything. And I do think, and we'll get there, I do think that even though it appeared hurtful what she did to Mary, I do think in the long run that is better for me. Like Mary will benefit from that.
I don't disagree. I think you're right. I think it was a rough.
It was rough, but I think that this needed to happen. Like she needed to. She's just like, these people need to start saying the real things.
Yeah. No, and just to back to the barndominium for a second, when she said, that was so insulting. This is Christine talking. Yeah, he thought he was being benevolent. I thought that was such a crystallized take on it that Mary did need to hear. Like Mary knew it was putting her out with the trash, but the way when she added the piece about in Kody's mind, this was such a gift, right? And that's the most disgusting part of it, right? How he views it.
Yep,
he's such a dick. Christine doesn't understand why she stayed for so long. This is no life for her, and she doesn't understand Robyn's motive and pressure on Mary to stay somewhere where she isn't happy, which is what we've said all along. Robyn is a horrible friend. Horrible friend.
Yep. You'd think that she would have checked in with Mary and been like, remember that thing you told me 12 years ago? Are we still doing that?
Does that still hold?
Me to do that? Right.
Right.
Instead of just being like, okay, Amanda told me one time never to let her go home with a random guy from a bar when we were out together. But does that still apply if Bradley Cooper's trying to get her in the cab?
No, it does not.
We need some fine print. Yeah.
There are exceptions. There are codicils. There's the whole thing.
Let's just keep checking in and making sure it's still the thing.
We're still aligned on this.
It made me furious when Robyn is talking to Mary and saying, Mary, didn't you want to make something clear? Right. And she's literally saying, no, I don't want to. Cause she knows she's putting herself out there and she knows where this is going. She doesn't want to do it. And freaking Robyn makes her do that. I need a Robyn pillow, Rebekah.
Okay.
You do need a Robyn
on that,
pillow.
Rebekah. Write it down.
Noted.
Robyn says that Kody has been including Mary because he calls her occasionally. He calls her occasionally. So that's clear.
Would Robyn be okay with that level of interaction from Kody? Would Robyn be okay with that?
The little ones sure couldn't handle it. They can't do 2 days without him.
No. Right, exactly. I mean, Savannah hasn't seen her father in 12 years, but it's fine.
We don't even know where Savannah is.
Poor Savannah, the forgotten child. Kody says Robyn wants Mary and him to reconcile, and he's been frustrated by that pressure. She's been telling him to reconcile for 7 years. He doesn't feel anything romantic anymore, and he doesn't understand why Mary doesn't understand where the relationship is, to which I said, that's because he never told her.
Right.
He never said prior to this year, I'm done. Dunzo in the bunzo. We're done. Bye.
My Gram used to have a saying. She would say, when you've had enough, you'll know it. And Mary using the excuse of, well, he never said directly to me on a Thursday night when the moon was half full. She wasn't ready to leave. She wasn't ready. Because when you're ready, when you've had enough, you'll just burn everything the fuck down to get out of there. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
See Christine. Yeah.
I mean, exactly.
And she says that in a different way. She says, you have hope until you don't. You have hope and you have hope and you have hope until that moment when you don't. And then that's when
that's your Gram.
Move on.
That's when you're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you should stop having hope. You're done. Cody says that, I said that. He says that Robyn knows he doesn't want to reconcile, but she's still pushing this. Janelle thinks that Robyn does try to advocate for Mary for better or for worse. She'd never put herself in that position, but she knows Mary calls Robyn in, and it just makes a mess of it. And he's been telling Janelle for years there's no hope with the relationship with Mary, which is the reason Janelle is surprised Mary doesn't know. Because she's figuring if he's saying this to her every day, he's got to be telling Mary, but he didn't. And now we have the hope thing, Rebekah, that you just mentioned, is that Christine says, you held on to hope until you can't anymore. And Mary held on to hope and now she can't, so she's out. Christine did the same thing. She's out. I think Janelle is a little bit different in her reason for leaving, but Kody says he will always love Mary, but it isn't safe for him to be in love with her. I'm so sick of this safe bullshit.
It all started when they started seeing that one counselor, a million years ago, Nancy. She taught them that word, and my gosh, they cannot let go of that word.
Okay, I'm glad we're bringing this up because I actually was confused by that. So what does he mean unsafe?
Nobody knows.
Nobody
really
Okay.
knows.
So he wasn't referring to an incident.
No, not really.
No.
Broadly about, okay.
Cody
I didn't know.
believes that he is unsafe whenever he is in an environment where someone can criticize him.
Basically,
that's unsafe for him.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm,
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it wasn't like a pointing to a time and place.
No,
okay,
of course not.
Just his own. Okay.
Do we all see Amanda's shoulder cap?
I love
this
it.
is shoulder cap. This is Leo.
Leo.
Hi, Leo. Sometimes he likes to join us. Let's see.
Oh, sorry, we've completely derailed you.
That's okay. And plus Leo. This is just what happens. Kody says he will always love Mary, but it isn't safe. We said that. He says he could make up any bullshit you want as to why. Oh no, he says you can make up any bullshit you want as to why. It's sad and it's heartbreaking and it just didn't work. He just won't answer the safe thing. Mary says she had a separate conversation and then with Kody and then asked, or I'm going to do that again say it the actual right way. Mary says she had a separate conversation with Robyn and then asked her to come to the Coyote Pass picnic table convo because Robyn can speak Kody. And Robyn says she thinks she gets Kody pretty well. She thinks the other wives have the capacity to, and he can be misunderstood easily. He doesn't filter what's in his head, so it's hard for others to understand.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. You are not the Oracle of Coyote Pass, you dumb bitch. Like, stop. God, can't even with her.
The capacity thing was really the most insulting part. Like,
exactly.
They've been with them forever, and you're saying that they just don't know how to deal with them. No,
Yeah,
everything was
right.
fine before you came along. I mean, to some degree, they were making it work, and now you come and nobody knows how to understand. But who understands him? I guess. Never mind. I take it back.
I was waiting for someone to kind of push back against the idea of even speaking Kody. It's like, what if Kody learned how to like speak the language of each of his different wives that he chose to marry?
Whoa. What if?
I was like, I couldn't believe it when each of them were going around like, oh no, I can also speak Kody. I feel like I pretty much get him. Like I was working before Robyn. I'm like, wait, why are we all agreeing to learn his language? Like
I just find it so
that was the first mistake.
That she's telling these women who've been married to him for like 20 plus, 30 plus years that I know how to speak Kody. Well, maybe you understand how a narcissist and a manipulator works, and that's why you can speak it. But
congratulations.
We don't speak that language.
Right. And then when she said that she does that with the kid, or Janelle said she does that, she mentions that with the kids, like to come over, I'll be there because I can
speak your dad.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad.
I want to say that because Robyn's a Libra and Libras are natural mediators, maybe that's where it's coming from. But I hate that she's a Libra. I hate that she has John Lennon's birthday. Let's talk about that. And I disavow her.
Wait, so what is her birthday? It's September something.
October
right?
9th.
Oh, October. Okay, I'm September 25th, so I'm a Libra as well.
It's my birthday.
It's the best birthday. We share one with Michael Douglas,
Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Christopher Reeve. That's so
Christopher Reeve. Yep. Birthday twins.
Birthday buddies.
Well, Rebekah, when's your birthday?
I was just going to ask you, Amanda. March 25th.
March 16th. So close.
Okay, we'll take it. Are you an Aries? No, you might be Pisces.
No, Pisces.
You're a Pisces. Okay, yep. I'm an Aries. Yeah. Okay, well that's fun. We're March.
We're at least March people.
How funny is that we have the same birthday?
Actually, all of you were born on a 25th.
Yeah, we
for me.
do. Our birthdays are half birthdays. Yeah. But I'm older.
No, Amy, I heard you saying something about birthday twin the other day, and I was like, that sounds very familiar. I think that might be mine.
The date September 25th for some reason rings a bell in my head. I don't know what it is.
We're Merry Christmas babies.
Yes, you are.
There we go.
I'm the result of a wedding that my parents went to and got real trashed. So that's,
wow.
Yeah, nice. Exactly.
Kind of like my kids.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words.
So we have snarky Christine talking about Robyn speaking Kody, and Christine says she's known him for 32 years. And she can read him well, and she's convinced, and Robyn's convinced everyone that she understood him better and that she needed to be there to mediate all of their relationships. And they all bought it, which is nuts so to me.
This is new information.
Yeah.
We need
This
to like
is new
ding,
information.
ding, ding, new information bell.
Mhm.
This is new information that Robyn is now inserting herself into other
relationships when she
Yes.
says she doesn't. Remember
Yep.
all these years, she's like, I don't talk to Kody about his other wives.
But wait, he always didn't at one point he made her like mediator. If you have a problem, you go to Robyn and Robyn comes to me. Do you guys remember that? There was like, I don't think I'm making this up, where she was kind of like his go-to. I feel like it was right before they moved to Flagstaff.
Like she was like his conciliary. Like
yes, like he would say, just
I don't
talk to
remember that.
her. Okay, maybe I'm making it up. I'm gonna take it back.
Oh,
It wouldn't shock me at all.
Totally plausible.
I
Sounds
will
within
watch
the
that
realm of
entire
possibility.
season to find this.
Yeah. So Mary, of course, Janelle laughs at the idea that she needs someone to translate for Kody, because again, she too has been married to him for a long time. But the thing that really pisses her off is the fact that she says her kids need him. And she's like, they're his kids. He's their dad. They don't need her.
Yeah.
And she says he's a grown-ass man and he can communicate for himself.
Yeah, good.
For
She
better
don't
or
give a
worse,
fuck
you
anymore
know?
either.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
exactly. Mostly it's worse. Let's be
Always
real.
worse.
Mostly it's worse.
He needs
Mary-
the little Jihoon translator that
Oh, the
translates
translator egg.
Manosphere speak.
Yes,
I'm so
exactly.
sad now on 90 Day Fiance. Everybody's learning each other's languages and we
I
never
know.
get the stinking app.
Get back to that egg. Get
Yeah,
back
we
to
need that egg translator to come back. I don't need people making sense.
No.
What ridiculousness. Oh my God. Devin being like, I need you to stop spending money. And he's like, the cow jumps over the moon at midnight.
And then he's on the curb smoking like this fucking sucks.
Crouching and smoking. That's all.
Fantastic.
Gino never did.
That was when it was at its height.
good.
But
It
anyway.
was. So Mary was really hurt by being put in the barn with all of his trash and the other things he doesn't really care about, but it's what he feels, and she can't fault him for saying what he feels. But she absolutely took it as being tossed out with the trash, because she did. And Mary says that Kody should have communicated to him that they weren't a family anymore.
Totally.
Kody should have communicated to her.
To Mary, that they weren't a family anymore.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. I've
Reasonable.
said this before. I take a little bit of only exception with that, because he and Leon and Mary will always be a family because they parent a child together, though we don't know this officially. Well, we don't know this officially, but all the rumors are that Kody has totally disavowed Leon.
Yeah,
of course.
Won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Won't do it.
I mean, it
doesn't shock
surprise
me in the least
at
No.
all. It really breaks my heart, though.
It breaks my heart too. Christine is so insulted by the barn dominium thing. By the way,
I didn't realize how close those two sentences were together of, I need a place to store my car.
Right.
An eighth of a space.
And you can live there.
You can live there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's win-win. Yeah.
It's win-win-win-win in the Michael Scott negotiation tactics. Also, Google Docs does not like the word barn dominium. Doesn't know what to do with it. Just
does
so
not
you know.
compute.
Throw it with the trash.
Does not compute. And Christine says, we can make it look cool and the perception of something cool, but the reality is that you're sleeping with my garbage and the things I don't care about.
Mm.
Dung.
Totally.
Now, my friends, let us get to Ringgate, as I am referring to it.
Ooh. Okay.
This is fucking brutal, man. So Christine tells the backstory, and she isn't sure it's her place to say it, but she does. And we'll talk about whether it's her place to say or not. But so when Kody and Mary got married, he had a ring, gold, and had some diamonds in it.
That Mary gave him.
That was his wedding ring. Cool. Kody melted down that ring around the time that Robyn came into the picture. He says he didn't want Mary to have control and power over her anymore. Christine couldn't believe
over
it.
him. Power over him.
Power of him. Yes. Christine couldn't believe it. Then when we all remember this, when he married Robyn, we did the Claddagh ring. And that's what he wore for years. And then he and Robyn designed new rings, even before all the marriages ended, that he then wore. So he got rid of the Claddagh ring, this motherfucker. And then, she's wondering if this new ring, the horsey ring that we've all seen, that Robyn has a matching one too, because God, heaven forbid we don't buy one piece of ugly David Yurman jewelry. Because that's exactly what they need to be doing with their money. And she wonders if this new marriage symbolizes something new between them. And Mary is pissed. We get a freaking black screen of death showing up. That's never happened in a Sister Wives Tell All. I may have taken her monologue word for word if you all would not mind me reading this.
I would love you to read it as close to the voice of Mary as you can get, which is kind of like this.
It's kind of like this, also fighting back tears the whole time.
Oh, okay.
It's sad. It's really sad. But Mary says, I am extremely frustrated right now. Beyond. After we did the tape. Oh, after we did the tape.
I'm going to stop you right there. What did the black screen death say? Because didn't it say?
It said something to the effect of, after we finished taping the tell-alls, Mary felt because of information that was shared, she needed to come back and retell this story.
Okay, so when we see her talking about this on the couch, she is in the outfit that she wears in the confessionals for the season.
Yep.
So we are to assume they were all recorded together at that point.
Right, exactly. Okay. But this is all recorded after this tell-all.
Okay, just want to set the scene for myself.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
So she says, after we did the one-on-one interviews with Suki, I found out that a story was brought up about me that is not a story that I have ever shared publicly. That is my story to tell when, where, and how I want to. And someone else took it upon themselves to tell that story, and now I'm being forced to talk about it. I am not happy about it. It was not Christine's business to tell, and she can laugh about it all she wants, and it isn't her business to tell. If I wanted to have shared that story in the last 13 years in a public way, I would have done that. She doesn't get to come on here and tell my story without me even knowing it and me finding out later that this is what happened. And so now I feel like my hand is being forced and I have to tell my story. So right around the time that Robyn came into the family, and I honestly cannot remember if she was married or they were still dating.
But she was in the family. She was in the family. Like she was
I want
there.
to say they were dating or courting.
Mm-hmm.
And he had kind of talked about, Kody had kind of talked about, I'm literally reading this verbatim. Okay. Kody had kind of talked about not wearing the wedding ring that I gave to him anymore. And it was right around that same time that he told me that he did not want me to have claim on him. He didn't think that that was fair, that I had claim on him. I don't know why it wasn't fair for the last two wives, but now it's not fair with Robyn.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my commentary. And so his way of doing that was to melt down the wedding ring that was a symbol, that was a sign of our love, of our marriage, of like our marriage and our commitment. And he melted it down. Who's to say that he didn't just melt down our whole relationship in that moment? I will pause. Amy.
How is he burning down this ring? Is he putting it in a kiln? Is he putting it right on a fire? What is he doing then with the liquefied gold? Is he plucking the diamonds out and putting them in something? I need all the details on this.
I think
I'm going to assume a jeweler was involved.
Yeah, there's two things you can do with jewelry with any value, right, that you don't want. You could have a jeweler melt it down so you get the value of the gold, and the stones you can use to use something else, or you pawn it, right? Like that's the other thing you could have done. I guess given the options, maybe this is better. I don't know. Both are pretty offensive. But yeah, but right, we don't know he made something new, but what else would you do with gold?
So we don't think that Kody was going to like one of those paint your own pottery and fire it here places and being like, excuse me, can I use your kiln and throw in the ring in there?
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I wouldn't
no.
put it past him.
Yeah,
what would I give to be there at that time?
Oh my God. Imagine you're sitting there painting your mug with your kid, and all of a sudden here comes in Kody Brown to melt down his wedding ring. Amazing. Be awesome.
That's like core memory.
It is
core memory.
It would. I mean, we might have to pay for our children's therapy because of it, but it'd be worth it. Totally worth it. So
especially since everyone would stand up and start screaming, "You're a piece of shit."
I don't know if you guys listened to us, but we went off one day imagining them walking through the world, he and Robyn, and people are just screaming at him in Target, "You're a piece of shit." Oh my God, I would pay for that. So Mary says, symbolically, that's what he did to me. Because I remember asking him, if you're not going to wear it, can I just have it? Can I keep it? And he said, oh no, I melted it down. I didn't want you to have any claim on me. Mary says it was and then that's it. It says it was a very painful situation. This thing with Kody telling me that I didn't have any claim on him or our marriage, and him melting down like a symbol, like a very important symbol of our marriage, happened probably 7 years prior to the catfishing.
She made that very clear.
She did. And I
Right.
spent those 7 years trying to like be in this relationship with Kody that he did not want to be in with me. Was it things like that happened throughout the years leading up to me to just want to have a friend? Because Lord knows I didn't have any in my family.
Knife in my
Mic drop
kidney.
for sure.
That
Mic drop.
Mhm.
Mic
Just
fucking drop. And this is
so
the
sad.
closest she has ever come to saying she had an affair.
Oh yeah, yeah. It
This
wasn't called the
is-
incident or anything
No,
like
it
that.
wasn't.
Right.
I mean, she said the catfish, which is fine. She did get catfish.
Totally.
Like
Yes.
Jackie Overton really did a number on her for sure. But this is the
But
closest
she was
she said.
seeking something.
Yep.
she's copping to that. Yeah.
Yeah, after
This
7 years of being
monologue
ignored.
is so sad to me for the obvious reasons, but for one of the like less obvious reasons is her first sentence. She is clearly seething. Like she is like razor red beams coming out of her eyes, so mad. And she says, I am extremely frustrated. And I'm like, Mary, you are not extremely frustrated. This is like, you're devastated, you're enraged. Like, but
Mhm.
her little monologue builds to this, right? It's like you go through this whole like journey with her emotionally. But I was just like, she is trying so hard to like still be so calm and rational. And I don't quite understand that. But the way it ends is just heartbreaking.
It is.
Also, she's got misdirected anger because she's mad at Christine, and I get that she's mad that Christine shared it. All I'm thinking is she trying to write a book, and maybe that was like going to be a big reveal or something. But Kody's the one that melted your ring down. Like, unless you guys all had a pact to never share this story, it makes him look bad. It doesn't make you look bad. It makes him look like a monster, and Robyn look like a monster for coming back and saying, it was before I was there. So you knew. You knew he treated his wife like crap.
It's misdirected, but I still understand why she's mad at Christine.
Of course,
Yeah.
But that was
she
like
and Christine
she
don't
was
like each
putting
other
it at.
anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to reserve some of my thoughts for this because we're going to talk extensively about this on our Patreon, Amanda. But I will say two things. This is where Christine has to be careful because she could lose public support here by doing shit like this. Like, it's one thing to take Kody down. It's one thing to take Robyn down. It's another thing to like get Mary and Janelle and some of the kids caught in the crosshairs, right? I almost said crossfires and I corrected myself.
Good job.
So that's number one. And number two, I think Mary, like I said, is gonna benefit from this being out there. Yeah. Because I felt more empathy for her than I have in a long time.
Same.
Yes.
Watching this.
Yes.
And I now have, I always had a bit of empathy for her with the catfishing thing because all that. But now I have tremendous, the fact that she waited 7 years.
I know.
After this.
Yeah.
And imagine after having that banana picture that went around the world, you come up. How do you feel like you can leave? You'd be terrified because what if this happens to you again? Like it really did make you understand Mary a lot more than we ever did.
Yeah, agreed.
It's heartbreaking. Robyn, of course, insists that he melted down the ring way before he met her.
I wasn't even born yet. And he was melting down that ring. He was 11.
He wasn't born yet. He hadn't been born yet. That's how long ago it was.
I want timelines on this. Like, how do we? I want the hard evidence.
But it doesn't help her. It looks to me way worse to say I knew he melted this ring down, but yet she says I fell in love with him because of how he loved Mary. Really? That doesn't make any sense.
Very good point.
He wasn't wearing a wedding ring. Yeah.
Her whole story is coming apart here in that she fell in love with him because of how he was with his wives. When we learn more and more details about how shitty he was, and she knew.
Yeah.
When Kody was asked about the ring, he's like, I don't know. I mean, it was cool and way nicer, and I just wanted it. And once the other marriages were over, I just, took off the cloud ring and put on this new ring. And he says, but in the same breath, he's like, if I could save my relationship with Janelle, that's the only one with potential. But the cloud ring is done.
Does he say anything about melting down the ring?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Doesn't talk about it.
I bet he refused to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But show us that TLC. Show us that he won't say it.
Show me Suki being like, what happened with the ring? And he goes, I won't talk about that.
That's disgusting.
You did it with your sex life, which I don't want to hear about. So I'm glad I'm really glad you chose not to talk about that because that turns my stomach.
See, I'm unlike you, my morbid curiosity. I would watch a video of him and Janelle because I need to see it.
I don't think you're wrong. I see what you're
do you
saying
want me
there.
do you want me to just murder myself with the pillow right now?
Oh, I'm not okay.
I can't get on with that. Sorry.
No. Rebekah, we're March kids. We're way more sensible than these jokers over here. So Suki asks Mary what she wasn't getting, and Mary says she knows the kind of person he can be. He can be kind, giving, loving, happy. Kody Brown, and she had expected that man to return for a long time, and he never did. Mary says he wasn't clear. He says things that are not kind versus just telling her he's done. Like he's just basically a dick to her instead of saying, I'm done, which makes him even worse. And she takes her commitments very seriously. This was an eternal marriage. And after so many years of him disappearing and abandoning her and then saying mean things, it's all been very, very hurtful. But it made moving the butter soft legging business up to Parawana a hell of a lot easier for her.
Yeah.
Kody says he doesn't want to hurt her, but he doesn't think that they can functionally be in a marriage. You don't give a shit about hurting her because you have been actively hurting her.
You melted down the wedding ring, dude.
Right. Don't tell me you didn't want to hurt her, you lying piece of crap.
He has all these opportunities where he always ends the sentence. Like he'll say part of it and you're like, okay, that's okay. But then he adds something. You're like, well, then that's just way worse. You could have just shut up before that.
Right. Exactly. Amy.
Isn't transmutation, doesn't that have to do with melting down metals and shit?
Oh shit, it does.
He transmuted that ring.
Finally.
It's all come full circle.
Here we are.
Here we are. Wow.
This is the true circling of the donkey.
Powerful.
We have now circled the donkey into the melting ring and transmuting. It's all come together. Thank God. So now we are going to revisit the Coyote Pass conversation. And I just said there's a lot more than we saw previously.
There's a lot more that I would have liked to have seen. I don't know.
First time.
In the episode.
Totally.
Crazy. Amy, why do you want to see the things that happen when they happen? What is wrong with you?
But if I had to choose between that and Janelle on ATV, I don't know if I could make that choice.
Sophie's
choice there. I don't know.
Wait, what about your children's happiness? Because I've heard that come up a couple of times.
That's gone.
Rear view mirror of the ATV.
Her happy children are just way in the background now. We don't give a damn.
Got it.
So Kody, I said, watching this, the little box in box, Kody almost looks like he feels bad. Almost. Rewatching this, almost. Mary says, if given the chance, they can learn, it says this to him, if given the chance, we can learn who each other are now, and we could potentially reconcile. And hearing that he had no desire to work on it was very painful for her. And now we have stupid Robyn crying. She's walking around the drainage ditch. Just stop it. Kody says, trying to be totally honest. You don't have to try to be totally honest.
Just be honest, dude.
Just be honest.
Just be honest.
Right. You want something that we cannot have together. Time changes. And again, I got this. Thank God for the transcription in the screeners.
Yeah.
It helps. I just cut and paste that shit. Makes my life easier. What you're looking for is something different. And it was, I sort of feel like there isn't a lot of what there was, just naivete. And I was sincere 3 years ago when I was saying, let's see if we can make this work. And she corrects him that it was 4 years ago.
I love that.
And she was confused as to why nothing ever happened after that. So he says to her, maybe we can, start anew, rebuild, and then nothing. Sort of like he said to Janelle, let's go to therapy. Nothing. Christine, let's go to therapy to figure out how to decouple and raise our children. Nothing. This man does nothing. She said the next year after that, on her anniversary, Kody thinks he was clear on not working on this anymore. And Mary didn't think he was clear until the last anniversary. They don't have
This is what I'm saying. She was like, you need to tell me, on a date that is double digit matching when the moon is here and this sign is in this house and she
when
wasn't
the moon
ready
is
to
in
leave.
the 7th house.
She wasn't ready to leave. She wasn't ready to leave.
And Jupiter
Yes.
aligns with Mars.
Yes, she was not ready to leave. I got you.
We're at the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Yes, we are.
Had to go there. So their anniversary 7 months ago. That is when she finally, or she didn't know it was a definite until that night when he was like, I don't want to insert myself into your life anymore. And she said, then after that, she saw where he said, I don't consider myself married to her anymore. This is where the fuckery of the talking heads and the tell-all and like the timeline fuckery here is really making this difficult to really piece together whether she was as dumb as we thought she was. And I don't think she was.
Puddle Monkey is almost culpable here.
There is some culpability.
They have transmuted this whole experience for me because if they had been filming at a regular speed and knocking these out, Mary would have seen that footage maybe a year earlier.
Right.
And would have been able to move.
Right. She could have gone on with her life. But so she says when she saw him saying he doesn't consider herself married, that was a turning point for her. We're back at the Coyote Pass thing. Yeah, it was a turning point for all of us.
Thankfully,
thank God. Thank God, Mary, you finally got the memo. Kody asks Mary if he's being fair. And she says, you're being honest and kind, but it doesn't mean I'm not mad at you for not giving me what you promised each other. Every time
a real conversation between these people.
It was. Yeah. And every time she comes back to, I don't know if you guys clocked this a couple episodes ago when she was talking about the fact that he said on their anniversary he was done, and just the little girl voice in which she said, but you promised. Like, my heart broke for her.
Yeah, but I've promised my kids things. Like the park is closed tomorrow, or the park is open tomorrow, and then next thing you know, it's closed.
I promised my kids a happy future.
Right. You took that away.
just for the text chain, Amy.
Just for the text chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a silly thing. I feel like, I mean, like as a grown adult, I feel like of course you want the promise to be real and to stay there, but like, look at how he's treating you.
But when the word
eternal
is in front of their promises.
That
is something I think a lot of us can't quite grasp in our brains. Like a marriage, beyond the here and now on this planet is like, it's easier to imagine it ending when you're not thinking eternally. Yeah. So I really do think that is where her faith and maybe Janelle still has that like hold on them,
Yeah.
Well, again, she was 19 when she got married?
Yeah.
She stopped growing up then.
My mother was 18 when she got married and had my sister. And I see this same kind of innocence in my mother in a way that she looks at relationships. Like, I think that she thinks if you promise somebody something that is the thing and we're just going to ride this out and be married. And I think that speaks to somebody who doesn't have a ton of life experience. Agreed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Mary will ever fall for that bullshit again.
Yeah.
But
yeah. It's weird not to have evolved
feel bad
beyond that.
It is. You're right. You're right.
Really do.
You're right. But some people don't. Some people don't
Yeah.
evolve beyond that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to actively choose to evolve beyond that, and she hasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we're back to the bullshit about Robyn not believing that he's not into her anymore, in Mary anymore, which is ridiculous. And the fact that Mary has to break it to Robyn that this is true. The fact that Mary has to explain to Robyn in a way that you would explain to your children that mommy and daddy won't be married anymore is ridiculous.
When she did the little high-pitched voice, like or the soft voice that Robyn did, and she does it back to her, you're like, oh my gosh.
I know.
So, like, on top of being broken up with in front of a third party, she now has to like break it down and like break it to Robyn. Like, comfort her and really like make her understand it when she's also like dealing with it. This was the most dysfunctional thing I've ever seen.
The fact that Robyn didn't get in her fucking car
and leave
these two people alone when she comes back and can clearly hear that they're having this intense conversation, walk back away. Don't come and sit down, idiot.
Yeah. Just
I love how I call people idiots with such
I love it.
vigor.
with such
But I mean,
vigor.
it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
so uncomfortable.
I was 4 years old when my parents split up. I remember very vividly the night they told me it was going to happen. I don't think they had to explain it to me as hard as Mary had to explain to Robyn what was going on here.
I was 21 when my parents split up, and I don't remember them even ever telling me. What does that tell you? I really don't. I was thinking about this not too long ago. I'm like, I don't think they ever really told me. It just kind of happened.
You're waiting for Robyn to tell you, or waiting for Mary to tell you.
Mary will tell you soon. Actually, Amy, the reason I've come into your life, actually, the reason we're all here now, Amy, is to tell you that your parents are no longer going to be together.
Guys, I think my parents are going
to. Never mind that your dad is remarried.
We want you to know they love you very much.
Yes.
It's not
this isn't about
them.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when two people love each other,
they can't be together anymore. And their love for you and your sister will never change.
Are you moving your business to Utah? Is that what you're telling me?
Mary asks, how is it fair to be in a marriage when there's nothing there and she can't do it one-sided anymore? And she's tried and she just can't continue living a lonely life either, which again is where Robyn's a horrible. How would you want your friend, your supposed sister wife, to live this way?
No.
But a couple times hasn't she said like, it's okay if you need to leave, or she said that. I don't know if she ever actually did, but wasn't there a couple times she like did say she was
says it.
finally
She claims
right.
She said it,
but it's not
sound
right.
Don't believe it at all.
Yeah, 404 error. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, Melissa, Rebekah, I just met you, and I would like take you aside if this was the situation and go, girls, we got to get out of here.
Right.
This is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Robyn's not? Robyn is not a girl's girl.
No.
She is not a girl's
Start
girl
with that wedding
all.
dress all those years ago. She's never been a girl's
yeah.
girl.
She has the internalized misogyny, 100%.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Suki asks Kody to walk her through how they got there to that Coyote Pass conversation. And he says he and Mary had a private conversation the day or two before with big more awareness, he says. This is the issue. Mary wants a love in a specific form and way, and he doesn't have the same love for her, which is why we all get divorced. Like,
Sure.
That actually made sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I hate when he makes sense. It's happened like twice.
It's
very
rare,
rare.
but you know, we should call it out when it happens.
Yeah,
It doesn't make me feel good in my heart or in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't give her what she wants, and he could put more effort into faking it.
Sure.
But what she's asking for, he can't give her, and that's when Mary said that she can't do that. Imagine knowing that your partner is faking liking you.
It's so insulting.
I don't even know what that means.
It's barndominium levels of insulting.
It is.
It's so gross. And was it a couple weeks ago, the finale, where he was saying, I can act, or I can put on a play, or whatever. He was using all these words, and it just kept getting worse and worse. So like, then she deserves to know that. She deserves to know, I can't do this and we need to be done. But it's ego.
For him, I'm stunned that he didn't cut her loose after the catfish. I'm stunned by that, because that would have been the perfect time for him.
Totally.
Like, she did this, I'm cutting her loose. And I often wonder why he didn't. And we know it's because of Robyn. But it's stunning to me that he didn't end the farce right then and there.
But were we in LuLaRoe at that time?
No.
Also, we weren't there yet. Okay, because I was thinking maybe that's it. Yeah, then it had to be Robyn.
Yeah.
That and his ego. Like, I think if he had left, that would have given more credence to what Mary did, and like,
maybe
he couldn't have written it off so much as just this catfish that just happened on the internet.
Maybe.
Bananas
he
don't
wants
just
them
happen.
to do the
necessarily
leaving.
leave.
Yeah.
What we do
He
with the
doesn't want to be
banana.
the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be the bad guy who ever ended it. He just forces their hand.
Did
So
Mary
scary.
kind of say to him, like, I'm afraid of this person, that they might expose things that I've told them about the family. So they needed to, like, what is that called, Amanda?
Shelter. I don't know.
Get
Come
close
together.
together and protect
Trauma
each other.
bond?
Yeah, shelter in place or something. I don't know. You're making hand motions that I don't know what's happening.
They need to, like,
Circle the wagon. Yeah,
Circle
that
the
is actually the
wagons.
perfect time for that.
Yes. Not
Thank
circle
you.
the donkeys.
I can't speak.
Oh my God. I will never forget where I was when he said, you know that phrase that they say, circling the donkey? Like, no one says that. You are the first person in the history of the world who's ever said that. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
So Mary says she knew the conversation was going to happen. That happened at Coyote Pass, but she didn't think it would happen in the way that it did. When he told her he didn't want to move forward, he refused to be public about it because he didn't want to be judged for it. God, his ego is ridiculous. And he didn't want that kind of criticism. That was April when this happened, their anniversary. Then in September, she saw the talking head from the previous tell-all where he said, I don't consider myself married. And Coyote Pass conversation happened a month or two after that. So this happened October-ish, which makes sense looking at what it looked like outside.
2022.
2022. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're still
the same month Kim Plath is getting her DUI.
Yes. Yes.
That was just a year ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Feels like a lifetime.
Yeah. So then they talked more. Mary said she didn't think it was fair and it needed to be documented. Which she's right. Their entire lives have been documented. You can't end this marriage and not say it out loud. Mary says that she was owed him having the conversation with her publicly instead of saying it after the fact.
Yeah.
Totally.
Janelle says she doesn't know why Mary hadn't left before. Janelle is surprised Kody never told her face to face, given how much he was telling Janelle. And that now we get Mary in that weird thing. I will not be silent. My voice will be heard. Like little demonic sounding. There's something happening there.
Mary's going to write a book,
100%,
but she's going to bring down Christine, I have a feeling, in this book too.
I think she's going to bring down all of them.
Yeah.
I just want, as long as she brings down Robyn, I don't.
If she doesn't bring down Robyn, then she has zero credibility in my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that she said I had no friends in my family, I think she's done with Robyn too. Like it's just, it's all over.
I hope so.
I hope so.
If she can criticize Robyn and brings Robyn down, I'll read the book. Yeah. If it's just painting Christine as a villain and maybe a little bit of Kody,
Janelle as a villain,
no, not interested. Who am I kidding? I'm going to read every single fucking page on Patreon.
What do we think Mary's memoir title is?
Water off a duck's back. That's for
Circling
you,
the donkey.
Let me think.
Circling the donkey.
5150 and me.
The rise and fall of Kody Brown.
Transmuting the Barnuminium.
Transmuting the Barnuminium.
Oh, what about like something with marriage, but about Mary? It's like the love and marriage, but like it's Mary in marriage.
Loveless marriage.
My life with a narcissistic abuser.
Okay. I was married to the world's most hated man.
Right. My ex-husband has people scream at him how much they hate him all over the world. It's great. So we do have some.
Yeah. Sorry, go.
It's okay. We do have some next time ons. Mary doesn't see Robyn as a sister wife because you have to have the same thing, which isn't a shock because she was asked her like last season, does she see Christine as a sister wife anymore? And she's like, no, we're not married to the same dude.
But for her to say it about Robyn
is big. Robyn still sees them all as her sister wives.
Robyn, go fuck yourself.
Sure, Jan.
That's what I have
whatever.
to say. That's the name of my next book coming out.
Robyn, no matter what it's about. No matter what it's about. Robyn, go fuck yourself. The story of a small boy making his way through the world. Oh my God. You know what we should really do? I don't know if you've seen the Onion of the fake cover of George Santos's book, like going over everybody's memoir in the world. What we need to do is make a fake paper that's like Kody Brown, go fuck yourself. Yes. And they're just put it all over books all over the world. It'd be great.
Republicans and Democrats unite and agree. Kody Brown, go fuck yourself.
Exactly. The one thing we can agree on.
Trump and Biden having dinner together, talk about how much they hate Kody Brown.
My God, Amy.
Trump and Hunter Biden having dinner together.
Suddenly peace is possible.
Yeah, we need to make some really bad photoshops of like famous people who absolutely hate each other coming together to talk about hating Kody Brown.
It's perfect.
Kody says he doesn't think Christine knows Robyn at all. He's doing the David good wife thing. He has to be torn down so that, because otherwise David wouldn't want Christine because she left a good man.
If they don't ask her that or him that specifically, I'm going to be furious.
I am
Ask
too.
him that specifically.
If they don't ask David if he thinks he can beat the shit out of Kody, I can't. I'll walk away forever.
No, you won't. No, you won't. But you would, however, sacrifice your children's happiness to have that.
Of course,
question.
their college funds gone. If I could see a fight between these two.
Oh my God, you should start renting out their room to earn money to get Kody to do this, and the girls can we'll make.
I'll sell their car. I'll sell their car. It's worth $4,000. I'll sell it.
Per Christine, Robyn loves drama and she loves talking about drama, and all she is drama, which cool. And Janelle is super excited about the engagement to David.
Okay,
and that's it. That is we actually got shit out of this, friends. Stuff
yes,
happened.
we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
Actual stuff happened.
I want 17 more seasons of this show. Never stop.
Yeah.
Never stop.
But it can't just be Janelle and Christine going to visit family.
No, it has to be Kody finding a new wife and then slow dissolution of his relationship with Robyn.
Right.
As
Which
he
sadly
more
will never
love,
happen.
Robyn's neck grows 3 times its
Gross.
size.
Her goiter. Oh God,
Poor
something's
thing.
got to be done about this poor woman's goiter. It is not good.
It looks better now. It looked
It
better
does.
than
I
when
actually
thought.
think she might have had it pended too.
Yeah.
Because
I feel bad. I
All she
shouldn't
has
have
to
said
do is what I do and get on some Synthroid.
that's right. Join us. Join us on the
Join us on the
Synthroid
Synthroid
journey. Join us with the Hashimoto's. It's fine.
Fun over here.
We all have it. It's all good. It's all
Rebekah
good.
and Melissa, I cannot tell you how much fun this was.
This was fantastic.
I'm so glad that you guys came on. If you decide to do a Kody Brown Crimes Against Humanity,
Bring us in.
Call us up.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
can
First call we
rattle
make.
those off.
Thank you for having us. This is great.
Yeah, this
had-
was a blast. Thank you both.
We had so much fun. Tell everybody where they can find you. What do you guys have coming up? What are you doing?
Okay, you can learn more about our show at criminalityshow.com. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, if the day is in our favor. There might be a video there at Criminality Show as well. We put out 2 episodes a month, every other Friday. And who's next? So we alternate telling stories, and there's also a lot of clues about what we're watching and what the next story is. So there's a lot of audience participation in our show, which is super fun.
That's
Melissa's story is up next.
I'm going to
I don't
give
know if you
that an
wanna tease
exclusive
it.
to your listeners because
I
Rebecca's
love
already
that.
figured it out. We're doing the Silva twins and their arrest. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I'm so excited. So there's going to be
We
clips.
love some Darcy and Stace.
I love Darcy and Stacey.
They're the
They're
best.
everything. Yeah.
They love love.
Our listeners will love that. They will
good.
fly
Oh,
over there
perfect.
to listen to this.
Awesome.
And I'm so sad Darcy and Stace got canceled. So sad. It's not good.
Okay. Well, that hasn't come up in my research yet, but this is devastating.
It's not confirmed, right, Amanda?
I thought I heard someone say TLC actually said it.
She just
Okay.
married Georgie. Why
She just
are
married
we
Georgie.
not continuing? I need to see this.
I know.
God, remember Michael Benz and the throwdown?
I need more Michael
So good.
Benz. I need
Oh, yeah,
more
I
of that
forgot about him.
blue-haired
And then
troll
my
running
theory
around the
that
world.
Michael Benz is really Daddy Silva's kid.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, I like
yeah.
The
that.
missing Silva child, yeah.
Because he's around way too much.
Way
Mhm.
too much.
And
And,
knows way too much.
and the fact that they're not in love with him or having sex with him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they know he's off limits because he's their
Mhm.
brother.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
I have so much to learn. I can't wait for Melissa's episode. I
It's
don't
great.
watch, so this is all like,
Oh,
Oh, Darcy and Stacey are amazing. They're
they're
amazing.
yeah,
They're amazing.
can't wait.
All right, guys. And you can find Amanda and I on littlemissrecap.com, where you're listening to us, hopefully. You can subscribe to our Patreon, Supercast, Apple subscriptions. All those links are in the show notes. We're doing The Crown.
Yes, we are.
Doing The Crown. Very excited. We did Love Has Won, The Cult of Mother God.
Yes. Woo!
And Twin Flames.
And Twin Flames.
You guys are
It's-
one of 2 shows I have the Apple subscription to. You guys and Watch What Crappens. And
Aw.
I absolutely love it. Totally worth the money. You guys put
That's
out the best
amazing.
content.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you're
Thank
not,
you. That's
subscribe. Yeah.
amazing. We're going to do a Sister Wives rewatch.
Ooh.
Starting right after the season ends. So we're very excited about that.
We'll have to have you guys back for that.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you soon.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.